Policewoman found dead at home in St. James. A police corporal who was found unresponsive at her home in Brooks Close, Granville, St. James, has been confirmed dead. She is 59-year-old Bibsy Foster. Preliminary reports are that Foster, who was on pre-retirement, was discovered unresponsive at her residence Wednesday morning. She was later transported to the medical facility where she was pronounced dead. Foster would have retired in November. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF Corporate Communications Network has since confirmed the corporal's death. Portmore brothers charged in cell phone fraud, case freed after paying back customers. Two Waterford Portmore St. Catherine brothers, charged for using their social media business to defraud persons seeking to buy cell phones, have made restitution to the complainants. Having received their money back, the three complainants told the court that they were no longer interested in continuing the case. As a result, the Crown offered no evidence against the brothers, who were charged with receiving money by means of false pretense and conspiracy to defraud, were freed. Their attorney Sheldon Campbell expressed thanks to the court. The court had heard that in 2024, the brothers operated an online business on social media to sell electronics, such as cell phones and laptops. Customers were informed that they would need to make a bank transfer when making a purchase. It was also indicated that after payment were received, the device that was purchased would be transported to customers. The complainant reportedly did not as instructed. The court was told that fictitious documents were shared with the complainants purporting that the devices were sent. However, the complainants indicated that they did not receive their devices and that social media page stopped communicating with them and eventually blocked them. Reports were subsequently made to the Portmore police, who launched an investigation. The brothers were arrested and charged. They made numerous court appearances until the matter was disposed of on Friday, October 10, 2025. British man held with cocaine in suitcase at Kingston Airport pleads guilty, fined over $800,000. The 24-year-old British man, who was held with cocaine in his suitcase at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston in August, has pleaded guilty and has been fined over $800,000. Haywood, a delivery driver of a London address, was charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, taking steps preparatory to export cocaine, and conspiracy to export cocaine. In the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court yesterday, Haywood was fined $800,000 for possession and $14,000 for taking steps preparatory to export cocaine. The charges of dealing in cocaine and conspiracy to export cocaine were dismissed. Haywood's attorney, Odain Marston, told the court that his client has learned his lesson and is remorseful. He also stated that his client pleaded guilty. He added that Haywood had been in custody for some time and asked the court for him to be fined, noting that he has no connections in Jamaica. The court had heard that about 11:30 on Monday, August 4, 2025, Haywood arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport to board an outgoing flight to Toronto, Canada. He was interviewed by the police and his suitcase was subsequently searched, during which several regular packages containing the white powdery substance resembling cocaine were found. He was arrested on suspicion of breaches of the Dangerous Drug Act. The parcels, which weighed 10 pounds, 6.21 ounces, were seized and taken to the government's forensics lab for analysis. Tests revealed that the substance was cocaine. He was subsequently charged following a question and answer session. Hear the Children's Cry calls government to fund automatic $1 million bounty on persons who murder children. Local advocacy group, head of the Children's Cry HTCC, is calling on the government to fund an automatic $1 million bounty on persons who murder children. This comes in light of a wave of heartbreaking reports of children being wounded or killed in multiple shooting incidents across the country. Director at the HTCC, Nigel Cooper, stressed that this is an effort to send a message to criminals who may want to harm children. He also underscored that the government should look into social programs as a long-term solution. Mr. Cooper also noted that the group is still waiting on a meeting with the Education Ministry regarding a proposal focused on disrupting poor parenting.
Our Hill Children's Cry is therefore calling for a $1 million automatic bounty for child killers so that persons who go on these types of rampage will know that if they kill a child, automatically there'll be a $1 million bounty on their head. And we're trying to send this message to the government that children are off limits and that there's an increased likelihood if you kill a child that you will be caught. So we're calling on the government to fund this. And so we're trying to increase the disincentives to make it very uncomfortable for persons to even think of trying to kill a child. We do want to address also the root cause that how we relate to each other. So for the short term, we want to have this disincentive, this $1 million automatic bounty. But in the medium to long term, we need to look at social programs, how we relate to each other. We need to change the culture, change the mindset. And it's going to take a lot of resources, social programs. And when people hear social programs, they start to think, oh, it's a waste of money. But you can have well-designed social programs with measurable impact. It's going to take a long term. We're thinking 10 years to change the culture, so it's not overnight. We're still awaiting a meeting with the Minister of Education. We had months ago submitted an outline of a 10-year disrupt poor parenting practice proposal. We also want to say that in the high school level, another point we want to raise is that every year each child in the high school should have a 10-minute check-in with the guidance counselor. And in that 10-minute check-in, the guidance counselor can say, hey, I notice you're coming to school late now. Hey, I notice you start playing sports. Hey, what's happening in the community? So that there's opportunity once a year for the guidance counselor one-on-one with every single student in high school to get a chance to ask probing questions and to pick up if there are issues of bullying, of suicide, of depression. So this is another strategy, and we think this can be implemented right away by school principals. We are very distraught with the moral compass of Jamaica. We have to take off the gloves now and fight for the survival of our children.
ETOC reports overall 32% progress rate for implementation of recommendations outlined by Education Transformation Commission. The Education Transformation Oversight Committee (ETOC) is reporting an overall 32% progress rate for the implementation of recommendations outlined in the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission report. ETOC has been charged with monitoring the implementation of 365 recommendations made by Professor Orlando Patterson chaired commission. Launched in July 2020, the commission was mandated to comprehensively review and assess Jamaica's education system, including its structure, operation, and processes, as well as recommend an actions plan for the change. ETOC Chairman Dr. Adrian Stokes provided a quarterly update during a press conference. He said 32% overall progress rate is a positive increase from the 30% progress report at the last quarter briefing. Dr. Stokes stated that progress remains steady. He further commended private sector companies for their contributions to the transformational initiatives.
Importantly, work has begun on all pillars, with all initiated endeavors progressing as planned. 189 initiatives have started since project inception, with 18 completed to date, an increase of 1 relative to the last reporting period. And just to emphasize, all initiatives continue to be on track as at the current reporting period. Overall, there is steady progress towards achieving the milestones for the transformation journey that we are on. Over the next 2 years is where we expect to see a lot of the heavy lifting for the implementation of the initiatives. Now, as you can imagine, there are some sensitive but quite important reforms that we must undertake. Education is everyone's business, not just the government. An illiterate society can't be successful. So we all have to get on board as we build an education system where a child has a fair chance of achieving his or her potential. I am very happy that many private sector companies have been answering the call to partner with us as we move on this transformation journey. Many have given time, leadership, and financial resources to the system in a very enlightened approach to national development. This is not the time to sit on the fence and to complain that the glass is half full. See this as an opportunity to enter the fray, to actively engage and to shape the very foundations of our society.
To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.